We definitely won't put him away with it. Worst case scenario, he's exonerated. Can you hold a moment?
We need to create in him a visceral memory. We need to elicit a physiological response. It's something we use to crack another sociopath. We need to find the equivalent for Devier. There's a 5 and dime around here.
Right off Square.
Acing the polygraph just lowered his blood pressure, so sit tight, okay? Thanks so much for doing this. You've been Mirandized, right?
Too regimented. Couldn't stand the barking orders at me all the time. Nan was pretty much over. Figured it'd be low-key. Well, listen, I gotta mosey out of here pretty soon, so if we could...
What kind of grasping at straws here? I always had the hots for them.
Have you seen it?
No, I only heard tell. Tried to get my girlfriend to do it.
But she was cute.
She was precocious, too.
In crimes involving blunt force trauma, it's almost impossible for the attacker to avoid getting his victim's blood on him. The scalp has thousands of capillaries. Blood sprays everywhere, like a fine mist. A guilty guy will clam up, start listening intently, which is what you're doing.
Even if a guilty guy yells and screams to make you think he's innocent, you can always tell the difference.
Sure can. It was the pucker of, oh shit, I'm going to the electric chair.
I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here when I say they are. You can suddenly smell BO in the room.
Pavlovian.
Guilt.
I don't know what to do short of putting a muzzle on him. No one in law enforcement will talk to us if they think we're squeamish about executing rapists and murderers.
Professor Carr's a consultant at the FBI, and she has been instrumental in developing a program.
I'm sorry, I have as long as it takes to finish this sandwich.
We've been interviewing extremely violent offenders, the worst of the worst. This involves establishing an element of trust so that they offer information to us voluntarily. We try to be objective because what they have to say is valuable. But if they see that our techniques are being used to eradicate them, then
Now, how would your techniques be used for that?
Agent Ford assembled a psychological sketch of Mr. Devier based on our research, which was used to secure a confession. Well, there's no reason to kill people when we have the wherewithal to lock them up. These people spend the rest of their lives in horrendous conditions, which most likely reflect the environments in which they were raised.
Maybe, I'm sorry, but maybe instead of debating the pros and cons...
Yes. Cut to the point. Are you actually asking me to shoot lower than capital punishment so it won't reflect poorly on the FBI?
I am asking you to consider life without the possibility of parole.
I am the exact same person that you reeled in with that jumpsuit. And you've been assessing me in a very negative light. And in spite of your recent confusion about your degree, you stay up late every single night doing homework, leaving me to go to bed alone. When I first got here, you offered me a sip of your wine, which could be construed as welcoming. But even though you knew that I was coming from the airport, you didn't bring an extra glass. You're trying to take the edge off so that you can...
You're listed as medical proxy to one of our patients. I don't think so. Edmund Kemper specifically named you as his proxy.
Someone has taken the high road for us. I recommend we all go forward with total transparency.
Is this trying, Agent Ford?
I'm sorry?
Flashing your badge is one thing. Suppression of evidence is a serious offense. Your partner also expressed reservations about the way you handle yourself.
You're playing us off each other.
He substantiates our concerns about your comportment as a federal agent. I have to write up a report on this interview. It will go down on your permanent record.
Well, I'm not going to trot them out like some kind of show pony.
It's shop talk, Ed.
My favorite.
That's the gist.
You think you can boil me down to a single adjective?